So I was just trying to script the opening to this episode, and I was really struggling to find the right words. I wanted to say two things. I wanted to say, first of all, Philips Hue are dead. They are flat out destroyed at this point. And second of all, I think I have created the most immersive gaming setup ever made. And then I thought, I don't need to say any of that, because actions speak louder than words.
It's music mode!
Oh, my knees.
Philips Hue is doomed. Philips Hue is Philips Hue is doomed.
If you don't know what you've just seen, right, you've seen a Govee rope light that I've had running for a while. You've seen some Govee strip lights specifically designed for going around your ceiling. You've seen a Govee sync box which has a camera on it which is watching my monitor and then telling the lights what to do individually. You've seen a Govee table lamp which I spoke about last week. But most importantly, you've just witnessed the Govee Uplighter. Not only do I now have lights all around me, I also now have a light above me on my ceiling, synchronized to my monitor. I could synchronize all these lights to my TV if that's what I wanted to do, and this is why it's now just a ridiculous idea to buy anything from Philips Hue. If you're still buying things from Philips Hue when these guys are doing a much better job with brighter lights, more variety, and for a lot less money, well then you're dumber than Padme Amidala. I'm a dollar ding dong. You're an Amidala. You're an Amidala ding dong.
Anakin has turned to the dark side.
You're wrong. How could you even say that?
And not just the men, but the women and the children too.
I have seen a security hologram of him killing younglings.
Not Anakin. He couldn't.
He does it all the time! It's like his favorite thing!
I don't believe you. I can't.
Sorry, love, but are you just completely dense?
You're going to kill him, aren't you?
Yes. Obviously. Thanks to Govee for sponsoring today's video and for sending me their Govee Uplighter floor lamp. This isn't just a pretty RGB lamp for syncing color from your gaming monitor or TV, there's also actually a really stylish contemporary lamp with full white balance temperature control. And as awesome as it is to have color pointed at your ceiling and have it synchronized to your TV, the smart home functionality of this light is equally as important. The auto run feature, for example, allows the lamp to alter its white balance throughout the day to match your circadian rhythm. So cool white light in the morning to gently wake you up, neutral tones at midday to boost focus, and a warm light in the evening to support better sleep. Sleep. Let's sleep.
Daddy dearest, look at my butt.
When that little devil spawn that I call a son eventually leaves my house and gets out of my life and allows me to get back to being a human being, I'll also be able to implement the gradual wake-up alarm system, which is where the lights slowly fade up over a period of time, and you can decide how long it takes to fade up and at what point it will reach 100%. It also works with Amazon Alexa and Google Home, and thanks to its Matter support, to some degree, it works with Apple HomeKit and Home Assistant 2 locally. Don't you dare play that footage of all the bearded men in the auditorium yelling, "Home Assistant!" It isn't funny and we are not all the same! Isn't that right, wife? Yes! I wasn't going to. I am now. But I wasn't going to. Other products are, of course, available. This is other Govee things that are coming up soon. They've got a Govee Starlight projector, which will undoubtedly end up in Theo's room, and I will have nothing to do with and won't be able to enjoy at all. Unless it allows me to change his nappy, in which case that would be great. If I could change his nappy without him running away, that would be a thing. Here's actual footage of me and Nisha trying to change Theo's nappy. I also have this Govee Torchier floor lamp. I'm not sure what Torchier means. I'm guessing that's some kind of Disney character from Temu.
Be a guest, you're a guest. Yes, I like you, you're a guest. Such a guest, yes, you're a guest. And I like to have a guest.
Then we've also got this Govee tree floor lamp in case you want a tree in your house, and the Govee floor lamp 2, which I'm super excited about because I've always loved the original Govee floor lamp. This one looks like it's got some colours that sprout out of the bottom of it. Stay tuned for these. I shall almost undoubtedly be doing a review of these in the near future. And this brings me on to just how far Philips Hue have actually fallen from grace. You know that kid that used to copy your homework at school? I think he started a lighting company. 160 quid more expensive. 160 quid more expensive.
I don't believe you.
And they don't even make an equivalence to this Uplighter. Let's talk about what the Uplighter can actually do. So first of all, this lamp has 3 separate sections. An upper section, which uses a textured lens to project this kind of water effect onto the ceiling, which is capable of both RGB color and white balance temperature control. A middle section, which can have themes applied to it, and a bottom section with up to 1000 lumens of brightness that can produce a white balance between 2700 Kelvin and 6500 Kelvin. And this thing is beautiful, way prettier than anything Philips Hue have ever done, and I can guarantee way brighter. So if you're not familiar with the Govee app, it's awesome. This is the operation tab in which I can choose whether to have the ripple light on the top or the lower light running, or turn the side light on and off, and then set individual colors around that side light if I want to. So I could change one of these to be like, oh, I don't know, orange. You've got a scene section where you can set individual scenes. The earth scene's particularly lovely. Under the natural tab, we've got a glacier effect, which is particularly lovely. And under the funny tab, because it's hilarious, you got gleam. I can barely contain my sides. Really funny.
Sponsorship cancelled. Sponsorship cancelled.
Under the illumination tab, we can just switch between warm whites and cool whites on the base part of the lamp. Music mode will make it sync. Oh, my knees. DIY mode lets you add your own effects. You can choose from these things. We're going to go with colourful, and then you can alter the speed and change what colours are in there, and even do things like change its clockwise, counterclockwise, and reverse and effect speed and flow rates stuff. There is so much to do in here. The Govee app is well worth checking out. We now go to Paul from the distant past to ask Paul from the not too distant past to do a voiceover about him unboxing it in the distant past. Enjoy. Time to build this thing. Paul from the future, would you like to do some sort of voiceover to make this scene more interesting? Why? Because that's what I've decided we're doing. Building this was very straightforward. It's a simple case of plugging one thing into another like it's some kind of gigantic piece of Lego, and then you plug it into the wall. Not really worth a voiceover. Or in fact filming. Probably just cut this whole thing. No, I spent too long editing it, we're keeping it. And yes, I have a lot of Hawaiian shirts, leave it alone. Looks like it's staying in. So now, as with every week, it's time to talk about the elephant in the room. This week, I want to talk a little bit about not only the product that I've kind of featured the most today, which is what I was sponsored to talk about, but also about GOVEE'S actual technology. So the synchronization technology for color isn't perfect, and I think that is important to note. The one I've used this week is actually really old, because the really good one that I got recently was sent to my father-in-law, and he very much wanted to keep it, because it's absolutely awesome.
So it's a keeper then, isn't it?
Yes, please.
Oh, how lovely.
So if you've noticed any kind of inconsistencies in the color in my demonstration, it's because it's really old Govee technology. It's from a good 3 years ago, I think. The technology they now have is more like 99.5% accurate. It's ridiculously good. But it does mean installing a camera on the top of your TV or monitor. They're actually now quite discreet. You can also install them on the bottom of the TV or monitor if you prefer, but they are tricked a little bit by light around the room. If you've got a lot of light close to your TV and it's maybe green, it's going to start picking up that green and start putting green on the lights on the outside of the telly. If you thought my demonstration at the beginning of this video was good, it would be even better if I was using a more recent Govee product to do the syncing. I'd said earlier on about using the lights to help with your circadian rhythm. Sounds like a 90s dance troupe.
Circadian rhythm in the house, coming at you real fly like Mighty Mouse. Picking up the tempo, jamming so hard. Better step up or drop your guard.
So it's great for looking after your circadian rhythm by being at a particular temperature at a particular time of day, but it doesn't fade over time between those colors, which a lot of people would probably really like. That's something I think you could probably do in Home Assistant, but within the Govee software, it has to be like, bang, it's sunset, we're changing to that setting. Bang, it's sunrise, we're changing to that setting. You can't produce light out of the top and the bottom at the same time. Why? Who knows? Really bizarre limitation. So you can produce light out of the center panel and the bottom, and the center panel and the top, but you can't produce light out of the top and bottom at the same time. Bizarre limitation. If you're going to use this with Amazon Alexa, it is perfect, and there are so many different settings to actually work with and do different things with your face hole. Anything outside of that starts to get a bit weird. The Matter support is very limited and very strange. That's only controlling the ceiling light. I don't see how I would be able to get it to control anything but the ceiling light. You'll find that if you try and switch a color mode for the ceiling light, instead it will change the white light to be on instead and turn the ceiling light off, which is the direct opposite of what I wanted to do. And finally, Home Assistant.
Bespoke configuration.yaml files!
Yep, stop that. So the ceiling light, the Uplighter, works in Home Assistant. It appears, you can control it on off, you can control brightness, you can control color, balance and temperature and all that stuff. You can't control the effects, can you?
Yes, you can, you dickhead.
Maybe you can.
I mean, some of them work. I mean, kind of. I mean, no. Yeah, that worked.
But you can't control at all the down-facing light. It just doesn't appear. And all of this is only available via the Govee MQTT integration. The Govee integration, the normal one, doesn't find this product at all yet. It will do in time, it just doesn't do right now because, once again, this is absolutely brand new. If you're a Philips Hue user that is cursing me down because
It just works!
it just works, apparently. It doesn't just work. Every Philips product I have had has had problems. I don't know what you're talking about anyway. But Govee just works, and it works phenomenally well. If you're in the market for lighting products right now, I can't recommend Govee enough. You can see I've got them permanently attached all around my room because it's good. I get sent free stuff all the time. If I didn't like Govee's products, you would see other free stuff permanently attached to the walls. It's Govee stuff because I think it is the best on the market. It is also the best bang for buck. It is the most colourful product out of everything other than Lifex, but Lifex doesn't work properly and costs about 3 times the amount. Having light on the ceiling too gives you this insane amount of immersion, and if you're in the market for either a Govee lamp or any of the other products I've shown you today, as usual, there are links in the description. All that's left to do is to thank these incredible people. They're my patrons from Patreon. Without them, I wouldn't be doing this for a living. If you want to be like those incredible people, or like, in fact, the person who I'm thanking personally this week, which is Non-Terminal Alias, I don't think that's his real name. You can come and do that at either PayPal by buying me a one-off beer or Patreon if you want to support me long-term, and either way, I'll genuinely love you forever. These are my Facebooks, my Instagrams, and my TikToks, and my threads, and my social medias. Come and hang out there, or we can be best friends. See you next time.